And good day, everyone. Welcome back to Grand Tactician the Civil War. We are looking at the 1.04 patch and continuing our live stream campaign playing as the Confederate States. We are around Christmas of 1861. Really quickly, I know I reviewed this on the last live stream, but we'll review it again. The patch notes for the 1.04 main changes, campaign AI improvements, including naval invasions. And welcome to the stream. Welcome back, Ashley. Very nice to see you joining the stream all the way out in Japan. So welcome aboard. Campaign AI improvements, including naval invasions, replacing commanders, smarter recruitment, unit transfers between armies, changes to offensive and defensive behavior to improve chances for success. Battle AI improvements, including avoiding piecemeal attacks against strong positions, fallback behavior when defending and overwhelmed. If a battle ends before the morale is broken, the losing army will withdraw instead of retreat on the campaign map. Bug fixes and balance improvements. So we did see in the last live stream that we did score a major victory, but we outnumbered the Union forces in that first battle. But then the second battle was a seesaw battle in the middle of a winter storm on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and the Union forces got the better of us. We managed to snap defeat from the jaws of victory in that battle, very surprisingly, as the Union forces were able to fight back our flanking attack that almost we were on the verge of success. Why don't we load up the save game? Now it still says December 24th, but it goes back. The campaign game goes back to the starting date of it was a siege battle, I believe, that we assaulted. For some reason, I don't know if that's a bug or working as designed, but even though the battle started on the 24th and finished on actually it was a 4 or 5 day battle, to be honest, now that I recall. But the campaign game goes back to the start date of that battle. And that might be working as designed, because you could theoretically have a very long battle and lose 5 days of campaigning. So maybe that's just a compromise and workaround. All right, so December 24th, 1861, our army that was holding Cairo that just got defeated is on the retreat, but we are raiding in central Illinois. We also have armies in St. Louis and an army in central Kentucky that we might be able to collapse down upon on the Union forces at Cairo, or at least to defend western Kentucky and southeastern Missouri. One thing I would like to do is replace James Canty, as that is his second defeat in battle. So let's see if we can't change Canty's army or his command. Oh yeah, we attached him to Lee, the Army of the West. So yeah, defamed. It does suck because he is a politically assigned general too, so we may lose some support. It's Alabama, so Alabama support is usually doesn't get affected too bad. But we might reassign him somewhere else, maybe a garrison. We could reassign McCulloch, who's also defamed, and out Sterling Price. So a couple of defamed generals here. But we can maybe push up some support in Missouri by assigning Sterling Price. So I think we will actually do that. So Sterling Price gets the core from Canty. We were marching Colquitt's corps south in hopes that we could aid Canty before that battle, but we couldn't make it in time. Most of the forces, though, are in winter quarters, especially out in Missouri. I'm sorry, in Maryland. Ewell is defending the approaches into Maryland, and while threatening Philadelphia at the same time. They are stationed in Elkton with Joe Johnston in close support. Beauregard has some units attached to him directly. We do have, we started playing around with some organization. So cavalry divisions attached to the corps instead of cavalry brigades attached to an infantry division. We'll try that organization out. That Ewell is the one that does not have a cavalry division. So maybe that, we have Tilghman attached to Longstreet. Maybe we will attach a cavalry division to Ewell. So let's find a, well, maybe we'll promote, let's promote someone. Actually, Tilghman might be a possible candidate. I'm not too thrilled about. What about Henry McCulloch? He's not a cavalry commander. Bartow might be a decent candidate. Or how about John Marmaduke can be promoted to division command? Let's find a up-and-coming officer to replace Marmaduke's brigade command. Actually, John Mosby. And we'll assign Marmaduke to the division, and then we're going to transfer these attached cavalry brigades to Marmaduke's division. So Ewell has a entire almost 5,000 strong cavalry division now attached. And we're going to replace Pike, although we're going to eventually find a brigade for Pike to what's up, Phoebe Poston? Welcome to the stream. Hiya, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. Let's find a cavalry commander. William H. Jackson. We can assign him to the brigade. All right, so finish the organization. We're pretty satisfied with the Army of Northern Virginia right now, as they are holding tight in the Eastern Theater and winter quarters, while Stewart's cavalry does some raiding, 12,000 strong. Supply situation still really strong, although weather is very bad right now, but he is wreaking havoc on Harrisburg right now, trying to impact the Union economy. You prefer that system of what with the cavalry division attached to the corps? I think when for me, I think actually I had preferred attaching one brigade of cavalry to most of the infantry divisions, but I definitely we're going to try this. This seems to make a little bit more sense, especially after gaining military 2. I think in the very early war, just having some cavalry attached to your brigades is sufficient enough in the early war. I still like attaching some artillery to the infantry division, though. And if you have enough artillery to have a artillery reserve as well. All right, situation out east is good. Now we need to make a decision. Do we... I think we have Colquitt marching from St. Louis towards Benton. And then maybe we can... Who's this other corps here under Albert Sidney Johnson? We might create a new corps to march towards western Kentucky. So we have Crawford and Smith. Smith is, I think, at... Was that Newport, Kentucky? Or, no, Covington. Which, I think that's also Newport. But, Covington, Kentucky, that is... no, that's actually Crawford with 19,000 men. And then you have Kirby Smith's a large corps. So we could probably form a new corps, to be honest, that will go west and help defend western Kentucky. Welcome back, Randall. How are you doing today? So, and a similar situation in the organization. We do have Crawford has their own cavalry division. Kirby Smith, we're actually going to create a new corps. Not Canty. We might promote someone. Wow, those are crazy stats for the... Can't say the name. Theophilus Holmes. Good administration. He might actually be a decent corps commander, although he has no initiative and no cunning, but has good fame, good administration. Actually, Junius Daniel might end up being the new corps commander. Then we need a new division commander. What about Robert Rhodes? We will go with Robert Rhodes. So we need to replace him first. Alfred Cumming. And then let's replace Daniel. And we don't want Donovan. Rhodes, and then let's replace Canty with Junius Daniel. And then we are going to transfer a division to Daniel. we have these two brigades. We could probably create a cavalry division with Smith's Corps. But back to it. That's 13,000 strong. And then we can, as soon as they form up, they'll start marching west. I'm not seeing a lot of understrength brigades. I mean, as long as they're at least 2,500 in strength on the brigade side, I think that's okay. Yeah, most of these brigades are full strength here, at least in the Army of Kentucky. You can take a look at the cavalry. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye out for that. But yeah, if we run into some more brigades under strength, we can check that out. Yeah, most of you guys look good. We're looking good. Looking good. All right, that should do it with that. So we'll try to. We might even have to create a new army for Western Kentucky. We'll add Colquitt and Daniel's corps to that. Let's see. We'll march Colquitt down south. Oh, are they still in siege? Or is he doing a rear guard? Price is not moving out. So no movement from Price. As they're losing a lot of men though in that rear guard action. They're low on ammo and low on food. Manpower pool, let's take a look. About 12,000 men. So not a ton. Still outnumbering the Union by 100,000 though. Let's see the damage we are doing on Vandalia. Would like to see that go down more. But Pillow's starting to run out of provisions, so why don't we'll send them back to St. Louis to resupply. We'll take the raiding off so that he doesn't accidentally raid St. Louis. Because St. Louis is technically unhappy. St. Louis is technically Union held. Not Union held, we command it, but the state of Missouri had sided with the Union. Many soldiers in this unit are unhappy with their leadership. Uh-oh. Daniel might not have been the right choice. He's got good fame, so it can't be that. Maybe it's Wilcox who is defamed. I didn't know there was that many defamed officers. Let's try James Barrow. Or maybe it's because these are veteran unit and they want more. They probably want someone with more fame. We'll see if Barrow works out. That's it. They must not be happy with him. Unhappy. Situation unhappy. Many of the, so it must be this brigade. We need a better famed general. I think. That's my suspicion. So actually, why don't we... Infantry and... Let's look for someone with high fame. There's not a lot on the lieutenant side. We can try Walthall. If it doesn't work, then I'm not gonna keep trying. They're still unhappy. Maybe after we press play, they'll switch over. All right, let's start moving Daniel out. We'll move him to Bowling Green. Let's get on some trains there. Stewart at destination. That means he's at Harrisburg. Price is finally retreating. Let's see what Stewart is doing in Harrisburg. He's also trying to capture it too. Still a lot of supplies here at the Harrisburg port. All right, their condition is good. All right, let's see. Let's keep an eye on Western Kentucky. So Price trying to get himself across the confluence here of the Ohio and Mississippi. Looks like, are they not retreating any further? They are not. Still, let's retreat to Columbus, though. There's a... We don't want to risk losing the entire corps. All right, Colquitt making his way down south. It might be, he might actually end up getting into another battle here with this Union Corps. But I think we're in range now, and reinforcements from Colquitt should make it, although they might be probably a few hours away. Let's see supplies, though. Colquitt is getting away from their supply base. No, they're still drawing from the river. All right, readiness is suffering, though. So they're moving it's winter time and readiness is low, so Colquitt is marching very slowly. Has Daniel even left? No, he hasn't even marched that far yet, as he's staying in winter quarters. So campaigning in Western Kentucky in January might be a little bit challenging at the moment. And I see a Union Corps coming across the Ohio, though. What do we got here? Department of Ohio, about 15,000 strength. Crawford's about 19,000. We might have to cancel those orders. They look like they're already canceled. Let's see if we can march him towards Covington. And Kirby Smith's corps. Can I afford laying down an ironclad or two? We could. We'll do that after. We'll see what happens here first. Oh yeah, we had French's corps too, who was going to take Fort Monroe. Let's take a look at our coastal forts. Now, I don't see any Union advances yet on the coast. But I think a battle is about to occur around Covington. So we change stance. And then if they lay siege, then that gives us time for Smith and Daniel to come and support Crawford at Covington. Yep, so they lay siege. Fort von Steinwehr is besieged. I don't think I garrisoned it, though. But we have, with Crawford's corps, there's about 17,000 men defending against 16,000. So that should buy us time for our reinforcements to come in play. All right, so Price making his way to Columbus. Colquitt. He still has a couple brigades that are still forming. All right, so not a lot of movement though by this Union Corps. They lost a lot of men, so they're kind of wounded. Let's see how Crawford and Kirby Smith, I'm sorry, Daniel and Kirby Smith, they're making their way north. Let's take a look at the siege. So I don't see anyone routed yet. Yeah, no, only losses are very minimal. Take a peek out east. Actually, one thing I should check. So nothing really going on out east. I want to take a look at our weapons situation. So Zonkoffer's division was given a bunch of good weapons. Let's see what we have available. 3 Lorentz rifles, reboards, mixed muskets, Springfield. So nothing great. We can assign. Let's assign some more weapons though. Enfield. Okay, so Zonkoffer's division is good. Let's look at Pickett's division. They've got Enfields. Why don't we upgrade Holmes's division? All right, we'll save some for another army. Let's see. Let's do Price's corps maybe. Maybe they need better weapons. Blanchard's division. They have Springfield. Let's see if is there anything else available. Yeah, they get some Lorentz rifles, reboards. Musketoon. Oh, that's a cavalry weapon. Reboard muskets. That's the last of our good weapons. Marine Willis, welcome. You haven't started a new game in a minute. I hate the early ones as you have to deal with the build up and slow pace. I usually play at 50 times in the first couple months and the slow pace, but the later campaigns I hate being stuck with lack of flexible army setup. I feel like the Summer of 61 campaign should be you should have enough time to reorganize your armies. Oh, very cool. Used to have a Union Cavalry saber, pistol, and rifle. I haven't gotten into the memorabilia or antiques or anything like that. I think I will one day. I've been checking out some stuff online. Howdy, Vincent. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Oh, so we captured Harrisburg. So not only is he raiding, but Stuart is... Oh, he's really losing food now. We will send him back towards Frederick, though. Let's see if did he manage to destroy a lot. I mean, there's still quite a bit in Harrisburg, but there was a lot more there a minute ago. Yeah, so you can see the stocks on... It looks like they're refilling the infrastructure points. The IIPs. Haven't gotten a grasp on the new promotion dynamic. I remove a guy because I want to promote him and he vanishes. All right, so why don't we send Stuart back to resupply. Oh, he was, I must have took him off rating. You bought your stuff at auction. You get a good... How was it? Expensive? Inexpensive? All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Okay, we're still under siege, so let's get Daniel and Kirby Smith. Wintertime movement, though, minus 30% on the movement pace. Promote him as is, and I'll try it's the same. Would love to see a tutorial on that. I haven't really dived into the promotion part of it, the promotion mechanics. But yeah, there are certain... The game won't let you assign certain people at, for certain positions unless they are the right rank. The saber was more because it was in good condition. All right, let's see how the siege is doing. The victory needle hasn't really moved too much. And our brigades look in good condition, though. Oh, wow. Look at national morale is down to 30 on the Union side. So we're getting very close to a victory here. Last year you did a drive from Georgia to Virginia and spent 3 days tooling around all the battlefield. Oh, that must be cool. If you haven't been to Sharpsburg, it is some of the most gorgeous rolling hill country there is. Yeah, everyone talks about Gettysburg, but Sharpsburg seems like it would be a very interesting place to see, too. I went to Gettysburg as a teenager, and I've been wanting to go back since. Now that I am well into my adult years, one day I will go. All right, let's get Daniel's Corps engaged with that siege. All right, so Price is back to Columbus, Kentucky. Cole quit taking in some provisions now. Once Price is recovered, we could try to push to Madrid and then come in and around. Oh, I needed. So that was a mistake on my part. I didn't move Johnston's headquarters. Disaster at Wilmington. North Carolina squadron is retreat. 3 ships lost. So the Union Navy is active in this patch. We might have to take a look at our naval. Only 2 ships at the Savannah squadron. Only 3 ships in harbor. Why don't we add? We got the steam frigate. These guys are all. So why don't we? Let's add these ships to the Savannah squadron. What do we have here with the North Carolina squadron? Why don't we put them in harbor? Let them repair. Shenandoah is beautiful. Fredericksburg is a quaint town. I was blown away by how close the lines were at Cold Harbor. Okay, so they're back in range. And now the siege. All right, Daniel's Corps has not entered the siege yet. Right, yep. Now we have the extra corps. But Kirby Smith hasn't entered the siege. We might just win the siege by sheer numbers. I want to assault this on the battlefield though. We're down to 17,000 men. We could probably do this without Kirby Smith. Kirby Smith still hasn't entered the siege. Now he is. So why don't we try to assault this on the... Let's see if we can't bag this Union Corps. Most severe morale shocks are suffered from flanking fire, artillery, canister fire, and from being engaged in hand-to-hand combat with determined and well-positioned enemy. Our scouts report the enemy is near Kentucky, and our army is to prepare for battle. We are facing the Department of Ohio under command of John Abercrombie, with strength of 17,000 men, 79 guns. The enemy army is green, and the morale is reported to be confident. Reports indicate their supply situation is outstanding. The supply state of our army is outstanding. Oh, our morale is eager, though. I think we have our full force on the field of battle. So we got Kirby Smith, Crawford's Corps. Ooh, we could. We should be able to. Oh, we're actually ordered to defend our position too. Okay. Let's see here. We'll leave Crawford down here to defend this objective, but we'll actually we can probably post him along Stony Bluffs. Got another snowstorm, though, 15 degrees. So the winter campaigning with some very bad weather. We got 28. I kind of want to defend this center here. I mean, we outnumber them, so I can see the enemy retreating right away, too. They'll probably be from the north here. Let's move up here, right across the river. It was something my father and I had always wanted to do together. He was killed years ago crossing the street, so I just, I'm very sorry to hear that. At least you were able to go, kind of in honor of your father. We'll detach our cavalry detachments or attachments. Yeah, I should definitely organize the rest of these cavalry into divisions. There would be your division right here. All right, let's see if we want to try to flank the enemy and get in on their rear. We can use, depending, they might line up right here. In which case, we'll just use Crawford to cross at Brewster's Ford through Springfield. If they try to defend Springfield, we can get in and around on their flank here. I use the quick build function. I'll play around with one division, individually building them, just for and then assigning them different uniforms that kind of stand out and be like the elite units of that corps. Alright, we'll set these guys to evade, and we will also deploy scouts in a minute here. Alright, just double checking. What about the guns here? Those are 12-pounders. Oh, that might be a good spot. We can use Brian to kind of help guard those guns right there. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's bring this horse artillery. We're going to have this horse artillery march with Rhodes's division. All right, let's begin this battle. So another snowy, cold January day. Visibility not so good. All right, let's send out our cavalry to scout ahead. Probably even let's do the same thing here. History Guy Gaming. Yeah, I've checked him out a little bit. Yeah, he definitely knows what he's talking about. Yeah, the loud snow shower. Yeah, that last battle, that was ridiculous. You had to keep changing the sound. Although this almost sounds a little bit too loud as well. Oh, that's why is crash it? Accidentally sent the infantry forward. No signs of the Federals yet. There they go. They are spotted. Let's send our cavalry back. All right, Harper, why don't you come back? Just get out of the line of fire. There you go. So why don't we start moving? It looks like they're coming straight down here. So why don't we start moving Crawford into Springfield? Actually, I don't want to do that way. Let's get in the marching columns. Let's see if the Union forces come forward still, or if they... Yep, they're still going to move forward. I would set up between Open and Small Creek if you can. Yeah, I can maybe move. So that's the problem with this. I'd have to move. Daniel has to go through this, through Paper Mill. Could actually order him to go over towards here, outside the town. I'd rather get the cavalry out of the way and then into the rear. I mean, we have a good position right here. No, we used up the engineer points. Try to do some counter battery fire, maybe. Although those are 6-pounders. Oh, what the heck? Alright, we gotta halt those guys. Alright, halt your division. I did not order your division forward. So I'm trying to halt these brigades because they were accidentally ordered. Although this position wouldn't be bad. Although it looks like they're trying to enter Springfield now. We'll move Zollicoffer to the left. All right, we gotta straighten this line out. All right, so Daniel will cross the river. Condition is still good. These are excellent trained troops over here. Holmes's division. The Union is bringing up their guns under Sheridan. We need to get Huger over there. Alright, so they have a battery set up right here. Alright, we've taken about 80 casualties. Well, it looks, I mean, they're splitting their smaller size forces in front of us. I'm thinking if we assault here, take that battery, try to get in and around with our cavalry. So we'll order Rhodes's division forward. Stuart's guns need to move. Yeah, they've taken a small portion of their force to their right flank, which is now being countered by Daniel. Let's assault these guns. All right, end of the day. So we'll set up Zollkoffer here. We'll push forward the guns. Wonder if we can get a good field of fire there. What's this mess over here? Oh, Barton lost 1,500 men? Oh, that's right at the end of the day there? Is that what happened? Let's position Crawford. Let's get him out of this town. So we got Pickett here with Jones's guns firing right on top of the Union position there. Yeah. They're currently set on evade and yeah. They're currently mounted and set to evade for now. So we should be able to get these guns right here. So we got skirmishers on the flank of the Union position there. See if we can get our cavalry to take these guns. Yeah, they're just completely outnumbered. There's... And they left their artillery train behind them. I don't know what's going on with Van Dorn's scout detachment. got separated from him, and he's trying to come back to him. All right, let's take a look at our men here. Probably recall those skirmishers. Let's move Wright's division forward too. So try to nab some of these, or bag some of these guns that are trailing behind the Union footmen. Oh, they were able to unlimber. Pickett will deserve a division, one he can keep. Got to even up those casualties. DeRosie trying to take those guns. Harper in attack column trying to take the guns from Hunt. Let's see here. We'll throw DeRosie to watch this Union brigade there, and then let's push Ransom and Cumming. Bottle up these other Union brigades. We got one Union brigade kind of cut off here. 3-on-1 Sumner, but Kearney and Pleasanton trying to come in to support. Let's see if we can't break Sumner. Better pull back Harper, though. There's some infantry there. Yeah, I'm surprised the AI just didn't fall back. Those guns under Sheridan, though, we need to do something about them. Yeah, Smith's has taken a few casualties. Got these Union brigades bottled up right here. Let's push forward with Holmes's division. Hello, Polygon of Old. Welcome to the stream. See the carnage down here. Ransom getting outflanked. Let's fix that line. Enemy is retreating. 49 seconds to make a major out of this. We're gonna have to wipe out some brigades if we can. We can probably wipe out Kearney if we're lucky. Sumner. Let's form up some attack columns and see if we can't wipe out Sumner. Actually, let's see if we can't get, is that David or Duval to surrender. Kearney looks like he's about to break. Can't seem to get Duval to wipe out. Kearney is broken. Sometimes it's very effective, sometimes not. We did wipe out second battery. I've had mixed results with the assault column. Still got two fresh Union brigades here trying to rear guard. Line charge in the rear. From the front and behind. Still can't get the major yet. We got 22 seconds left, though. And this hot mess of blue and gray. See all the blue coats scrambling there? Yeah, we managed. Yep, there we go. Second brigade is wiped out. That puts us over the edge. $8,000. Probably could have bagged more if I was a little bit less clumsy in the beginning there. $8,500, although it's still almost half their force. You're seeing less captures and leader kills. But it's a major victory. The Union might be getting very close to surrender here, too. National morale was down to 30 before this battle. Due to his bad performance, Colonel Barton has fallen from disgrace. I've seen a lot more defamed generals in this campaign than I ever have. That's not fair to Barton. He attacked those guns at the end of the day, that first day, and then he lost half his brigade on the redeployment phase. I don't think he lost half his brigade on the assault, because I don't think those guns weren't even unlimbered yet. So there was something kind of screwy about that. Let's see. National morale remains at 30 for the Union, though. Our national support is at 82. That's probably because of Kentucky and Missouri, or Kentucky, kind of bringing that down. The game is way too liberal with defaming. All right, Colquitt entered winter quarters again. Keeping an eye on that Union Department of the West. Oh, they've reinforced themselves, though. They're back up to 23,000 if our intelligence is correct. So Stewart should not be raiding. All right, let's order Daniel again back to trying to reinforce Price in Western Kentucky. You feel like it should be removed from the file? Yeah, it's probably overused, but I've noticed some campaigns I don't see it a ton either. It's kind of hit and miss from what I've noticed. Let's see if we can't take Fort Monroe with Early's corps. I have to keep an eye on Wilmington, make sure that there's 12 blockades now. Make sure there's not an actual naval invasion. We might want to see if we can't garrison up some of these garrisons. So Fort Coswell, maybe garrison Fort Macon. If there are any better guns. Get a little bit of better cannon there. There's Fort Macon. There it is. Yeah, I'm wondering if that will... We need the... I'm thinking it's actually taking Dover, because I think Dover controls Salisbury. But... for whatever reason, Maryland hasn't flipped. Well, I don't mind the defamed mechanic, but if they perform again better, it should come off. So like Grant, it would be a perfect example of someone being defamed early and then regaining fame, and that was a lot of times that wasn't even anything he did, but he was sort of defamed at Shiloh. It was kind of a mixed bag, but there was a lot of people that thought he shouldn't have been so surprised at Shiloh, but he still ended up maintaining a victory. So again, the defamed mechanic's not bad. It just needs to be able to come off. I've had plenty of generals defamed and then have good performances in another battle, but they remain defamed. It shouldn't be like that. Like even, and I'm sure this is something that the developers would be open to. Like if they could figure out a way, if you get a defamed, and then you could have like a comeback type of thing too. Like and like it could almost be its own trait where it's defamed but has, so you know, maybe it doesn't even just come off, but there's another trait that's added that kind of cancels it out, and a redemption trait. Almost like this general has redeemed themselves in battle, even though he has had prior misfortune. I'm currently listening to the Grant biography, and I'm up to the point where he was at right before Henry and Donaldson, his first engagement at not Benton, but it was somewhere in southeast or southern Illinois, I think it was southeast Missouri, before he marched on Columbus and Paducah. His first engagement, he was kind of surprised too, but he fought his way in and then fought his way out, and then there was some. He received some accolades in the papers, but there were some generals that were not quite happy with, who thought he was a little bit cavalier with he didn't guard his transports good enough. All right, so we got Daniel marching towards western Kentucky. We got Colquitt also in support of Price if need be. We have to keep an eye on this Union Corps here. So we managed to reduce one blockade. Up, back to 12 blockades. Hartley Collier disaster, coal mining accident in England. Yeah, I think I don't think it was the Battle of Benton. Here, I could look it up really quick. It was after he took over the district of Cairo. Early on, he was, reckless in the sense that he, again, kind of like at Shiloh, but that goes back to one of his greatest attributes was not caring as much of what the enemy was going to do and more about what he was going to do. I think that trait in him often let himself get unprepared. So like at Shiloh, he did not dig it. He wasn't expecting to be attacked like he was. Belmont. So it was the Battle of Belmont. But I think that's the battle that, he fought himself in and then had to fight himself out. Got this army out west too in western Missouri. Yeah, the Union national morale did not fall at all after that major victory. Gotta get Stewart back out of Pennsylvania and resupply. Oh wow, his readiness is really faltering though. At least he's receiving some supplies from Harrisburg, the port at Harrisburg. Confederate recruits offered bounties. So we just researched the bounty policy. Yeah, that is right. He famously jumped his horse onto the transport plank as it was pulling out. Yeah, everything in that biography of Grant talks about how great he might have been America's greatest equestrian ever. I guess his ability to tame horses impressed a lot of people. He could tame and ride. There's even a story of him, I think it was in the Mexican War, where he I think he had to send a message somewhere. He got on the horse in front of the enemy line, and he rode on the side of the horse, blocking himself from enemy fire, kind of like in a scene from Tombstone, where one of Wyatt Earp's men is riding on the side of the horse, and one of the cowboys is trying to shoot him, but he doesn't. He just sees the horse. It kind of reminded me of that. What policies do we want to do? We might have to up our diplomacy subsidies to get industrialization too. Yeah, let's go for industrialization too. Print notes. We're already printing notes 1. Let's see if we do industrialization 2 first, and then we can maybe print notes if our credit rating keeps going down. Let's see, let's try to get out of this winter. All the slow movement. That was the other thing we wanted to do too, is make that cavalry division for Kirby Smith's Corps. Van Dorn can probably be the divisional commander, so let's replace Van Dorn and find a replacement brigade commander. Yeah, we're hovering around B plus. We'll take, if we happen to dip down below, we will, if we can't push up our credit rating, we will do print notes on the next policy. I want to see if we research industrialization too, if we can stabilize the economy a little bit before inflating it even more. We'll do John Bowen. And we'll assign Van Dorn. We'll give him the division. And we'll put Harper in that division. So there's 2 brigades here. How many policies? We have 6 of 6 right now. Let's scout up over here in West Virginia. Looks like there's still that army of Chesapeake that we beat off around Cumberland. Beat back. All right, our Savannah squadron here. 5 ships, 53 firepower. Doesn't look like St. Louis is really that threatened. We could send Hawes or just transfer a division from Hawes to Colquitt to strengthen that force in preparation for an attack on the Union Corps at Cairo. So why don't we give Colquitt some more, we'll give him another division. So they'll bring him up to 32,000 men. That's a large division. Johnston at destination. Let's see, did we lay siege to Fort Monroe? I haven't. Oh, that's maybe we should do is agriculture. That's probably what we should have actually picked. We should have picked agriculture 1. That way we could sell products to the to Europe. We want to max out trade war then. Transportation. See what happens to our credit rating. We'll leave diplomacy down. I'm not interested in diplomacy right now. See what happens to the credit rating by increasing those subsidies. Nothing yet. Battle Hymn of the Republic. Can't seem to. He's slowly, Early is slowly marching towards Fort Monroe. Oh, because that's the Army headquarters, not the actual Army Corps. All right, there we go. French's Corps under Early's command. All right, so we're into February. We did go down to B rating. Unemployment's at 10%. Wealth below average. Economy recovery. Yeah, subsidy is still the lowest expenditure. All right, so Colquitt received the reinforcements. We get Price's readiness better, and then maybe we can have Price march towards New Madrid, and we can assign him to Lee, and that way we can gain Colquitt and Price to attack the Union Corps there at Cairo. All right, that'll be the plan. We'll see if we can't achieve that. We'll keep moving Daniel, though. We'll send him to Bowling Green for now. All quiet on the Eastern Front. Although Stuart's cavalry slow to get back towards Frederick, as that deep raid now in the middle of winter probably costing him some more men than it's worth. Although 860 disabled soldiers. They're able to destroy a lot of supplies there at Harrisburg. Speaking of raiding, is Pillow ready to raid some more? His condition is good. Let's see if he let's assign him another raid into Vandalia. Lots of coal there. You can see that they haven't replenished a lot of other items there. So he'll be assigned to raid again into Central, and then we'll probably have him swing south to Salem and Pinckneyville possibly, and then back to St. Louis. Now, there's no depot here. Yeah, there is. Okay. What level depot is that at Columbus? We'll upgrade it. Probably need a depot here. But if we attack, if we take back Cairo, we'll have plenty of supplies there. Right. And we'll actually keep Hawes busy, though, building another fort. I want to move him closer to the river, though. We'll try to fortify St. Louis, the perimeter of St. Louis, with some forts. We almost have the fort across the river from Cincinnati built. Fort Steinwehr, we might have to reinforce that. Some political generals, good assignment for political generals. Garrisoning the forts. Albert Sidney Johnson has a perk. He'll do flying column. I wonder if creating a reactionary division that have perks in siege rail movement, siege guns would be good. Yeah, kind of like bring up the siege train for sieges. That sounds like something, he'll probably join the stream later, but Roseannadanna talks a lot about his strategy in specialized divisions. All right, Daniels is at Bowling Green. So we have two choices. We could, because these two guys are out of range of the army commanders, we could create another army for Western Kentucky, or keep continuing with the plan of trying to move Price around Madrid. I think we'll do that. Daniel will be here to help defend any other invasion by the Union into Western Kentucky. But it might not be a bad idea, though, even to create a new army in Kentucky. We're up to 51,000 men. As soon as we start recruiting, though, we're going to probably dip our credit rating below B. East Tennessee. I wish you could assign exactly where you want your army to form up. That's another recommendation. Hey, there. Speak of the devil. Siege perk is good. Well, Roseannadanna has a bias towards guns. We do not want Canty to be the army commander. We don't want McCulloch to be the army commander either. We're going to have to promote somebody. Yeah, so all the way in East Tennessee. You do not. You do. Let's see if we can't get this army in Tennessee to actually form in West Tennessee. Chattanooga. Try it again. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I do want a West Kentucky, West Tennessee army that we can assign. We'll assign Daniels to that for now. So that Army of North Carolina, that's French. They're going to siege Fort Monroe. Army of East Tennessee. Was that an actual army? That's a garrison. Why is it under the field armies? Because the fort's not completed, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. It's not 100% complete. Now we need an army commander because I do not want Canty to be the commanding army, army commander. Almost tempted to make Price the army commander. Oh, he was defamed also. Let's see here. We're going to keep Jackson where he's at. Got Early doing his thing. There's George Stewart. What about Jeb? No. Could send Joe Johnston. No, he's in Kentucky. Magruder. What about our boy John Bell Hood? Where is he currently? He is in command of 1st Corps Army of Virginia. Yeah, he's at Cumberland. No, that's Porterfield's at Cumberland. But he is right here. So we're actually going to assign... Hood is going to get the Army Command of West Tennessee, Kentucky. Who's going to get the Corps? Henry Davidson? Thomas Green? John C. Pemberton. Although he should probably command an artillery reserve. Is there another general somewhere in the Army of Northern Virginia? Maybe. You can do John Walker might be a good candidate. Armistead, Gardner might even be better. Bonham. Yeah, why don't we do Bonham? Ooh, Robert Beckham. He'll get the division. Was Price fired from... I thought that was... Yeah, he might have been. I've got a lot of defamed generals, so... We're giving him another chance. He's not going to be the Army commander, though. He's going to stay the Corps commander. We have a political general here. What state? Alabama? We'll do it anyways. So we'll replace Bonham with Beckham. And then Bonham will get the Corps in... We'll replace Hood. So let's replace Canty with Hood. And let's get his headquarters near Nashville. We'll go to Charlotte. You're about to win a game economically. No battles fought at all? Or elaborate. Okay, so barely any fighting. Very nice. Yeah, did you do it as the North or the South? That'd be even more impressive if you did it as the South. But even as the North, that was an idea I was thinking. Who knows if I ever get to it, but how much damage you can do against the enemy from an economic point of view. Actually doing the Anaconda plan like full go. You are CSA. Ah, very nice. What are casualties in this so far? 100,000 casualties on the Union side to our 53,000. All right. French is almost to Fort Monroe. That sounds good. Colonel Stevenson has recovered. Hawes at destination. So we've got Pillow raiding again into Illinois. Let's see, Hawes. I wanted Hawes to build a fort across the river. Although the Union does not seem to be threatening at all St. Louis, at least from the Illinois side of things. We still have this army in our rear in Missouri, which if we can push out the Department of the West from Cairo, we could probably detach a couple corps to address western Missouri, especially in the springtime. What I need to do, though, is get George Stewart, into a raid against Cincinnati. Hit that Union manufactory there after we just beat back the Union invasion of Kentucky. All right, so George Stewart marching towards Cincinnati. We're going to raid in there. Pillow is raiding in Vandalia. Glorious victory at Fort Monroe. That was quick once French got there. So Monroe in our hands. Let's fortify Monroe with some guns too. Yeah, well, let's get some rifled artillery. See if they can't beat up some of the naval presence there in the Chesapeake Bay. Don't raid, win, and hold. It actually ticked up. I want to see what raiding does, though. Or maybe we can try to capture Cincinnati and then raid from there. We don't have a very many senior commanders. We have 50,000 troops in. Actually, Holmes, we can promote Holmes probably. Take Pittsburgh. All right, we'll promote Deschler to division command. Holmes will get a corps. We'll create a new corps under Hood. Daniel will get another division, although there's a lot of brigades here in this division. Create a cavalry division too. Thomas Drayton from South Carolina. We'll see what happens to our credit rating after we recruit these divisions here. So Hood's army will balloon up to over 40,000. Can't seem to break them below 30. We just scored a major victory. They were at 30 already. Scored a major victory, and morale is ticking back up. Yeah, 32 national morale to our 96. So we probably should push Crawford across the river too. Pillows Cavalry still in good condition. Raiding Salem now. All right, Cincinnati being occupied. Let's send George Stewart to Hillsborough. We're going to have to move Johnston's headquarters north. So yeah, having Hood now in western Tennessee and Kentucky, we can form an army over here to keep an eye on the Union at Cairo. Send them north to Cleveland. I can't do that. Not Cleveland. Pittsburgh, yes. Let's raid and destroy Pittsburgh. I have no problem with that. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Columbus would be okay too. Union selects military 2 policy. We just selected military industrialization 2. Our credit rating stayed at B, even though we just recruited a ton of troops. Well, I'm on the Confederate side or the Union side. I would still say they're guarding. They've got the largest concentration guarding Philadelphia. You can see the support in these the northern border states. You can tell is declining rapidly. I would say, yeah, their greatest concentration of men is the Philadelphia and Newcastle, 27,000 and 51,000 here. The Army of Pennsylvania. We got Johnston and Ewell's got 46,000 men attached to him. He can call upon Joe Johnston if need be. I don't think I have enough. He's provisioned well, even though he doesn't have. He only has this one supply depot. Right. So, yeah. So, you got 80,000 around Philadelphia. There's another. So, we got about from the Pittsburgh to Philadelphia line, you've got over 100,000 men there. They have 180,000 men fielded. You have about 27 to 30,000 there. I'm guessing. So that's another 50. So there's probably another corps. There they are. So there's the army that we beat back there. So that's the additional 30,000. So that accounts for almost all of their troops. I don't know if it will make any kind of difference, but because it's out in front, I don't want it to be attacked. I'd rather this depot be behind me. It might not make any kind of difference, but we're going to try to do it that way anyways. But that was my rationale behind it. I want the depot behind my army. Alright, so we don't want Stuart's cavalry to run right into that infantry corps. And we have taken Cincinnati. So that dropped national morale to about 92. Now we will probably have to build a depot here at Cincinnati, since we have a corps in front of us that we'll probably have to deal with. Although Crawford's still drawing from across the river. So we can maybe drive Jackson. We'll drive Jackson when the weather clears a little bit better. We can drive Jackson westward towards Pittsburgh. We have 31,000 volunteers available. I mean, Cairo is still technically in our hands, it looks like. Yep. Oh, that's not the route I wanted you to take. There you go. There you go. So let's inch forward with Colquitt, although the weather looks pretty bad. He's not in a storm, though. So we may actually... Daniel's corps may go back towards Johnston's army. Because it looks like we can address this corps right here at Cairo with Lee's army. And did we transfer Price over to Lee? Yeah, he's already there. So we just got to get Price into Lee's range. So we'll move towards Benton. Oh, thank you. Crawford has a perk. We can draw Stuart up towards Dayton. See what the Union does. Let's get Kirby Smith across the river. Pillow is low on supply, so we'll probably send him back to St. Louis. Oh yeah, let's see. Print notes. What kind of coffee today? Lee's got a perk too. So the Union Corps, Second Corps stays put. as George Stewart reaches Dayton. French invades. So we should be able to strike right at that second corps. What's the weather like? 41 degrees, not too bad. And clear. They are 31,000 strong. Yeah, we need to call back Daniel. Hood already getting men taken away from him. Although we still may attack the Union 2nd Corps here at Hillsborough. Still suffering from wintertime movement, though. Union national morale up to 30 again. Ah, it looks like the Union is marching towards St. Louis from the west. With 68,000 men. Interesting development. Why don't we act now on this corps here? Let's bring everything we got available onto Cairo. Unfortunately, I probably have about a half hour to an hour left. So we'll see. So there's about 17,000 men guarding St. Louis. You can tell the Union forming up some new armies. Although I don't know where they're getting the manpower. Or at least it's, I mean, they're probably in the process of recruiting. So they haven't shown up in the men fielded yet. Rush Cleveland. Could probably just take Columbus. So we could use... We can try to send Stewart to take Columbus. And then let's order Kirby Smith north. We'll keep Crawford's building his depot, but if we need to move him north as well, we'll do that. So we'll go straight towards Columbus. Daniel trying to rush to Covington. Let's see if he can't partake in any kind of battle. Might have several battles about to occur here in early March. St. Louis should end in siege, though, with the fort there. Still no engagement yet. Is that Union Corps on transports or something? So no engagement, though, with the Union Corps there outside of Cairo. Send Daniel. Okay, we could do that once he get. We'll have him get to Covington and then maybe move towards Indianapolis. I'm going to send Hood towards Columbus, Kentucky for now. This Union Corps outside Cairo is a red herring. Here we go. Finally, engagement. 46,000 to their 30,000. I'm drawing a blank. Who was the Confederate commander who proposed to attack up toward the Great Lakes and split the Union north and west of Virginia? Was it Albert Sidney Johnston? Did he actually propose that? Because he died so early in the war, he has a... And I think he probably would have been a very good commander if he survived. But he was trying to defend the... And I think that's partly Jeff Davis, too, and why he liked Albert Sidney Johnston, was they were willing to try to defend the West on such a wide line. And in hindsight, some historians criticize Albert Sidney Johnston for trying to defend so large an area in the West with so little force. But so that's why it wouldn't shock me if Albert Sidney Johnston wanted to raid and attack all the way up to the Great Lakes, because he was as audacious as Lee was. So we probably won't be able to end this campaign here, because this will probably be the last part of this live stream, is this battle here. But maybe this week for sure. Our scouts report the enemy is near Benton Ferry, Missouri, and our army is to prepare for battle. We are facing 1st Corps under command of William Harney with a strength of 28,000 men and 69 guns. It does seem like the Union is creating more guns than they have in the past. Even though they only have 28,000 men, they have 69 guns. The enemy army is inexperienced and the morale is reported to be eager. Reports indicate their supply situation outstanding. Our supply is outstanding as well. General Unit. I'm sure there was some Confederate commanders that would... Let's move on the Great Lakes. I would not be surprised either way. It's a meeting engagement. It's in Shelby. Well, that could be an issue there too. Although I like Shelby Foot, but he has been scrutinized for some grandiose elaboration at times. Although great storyteller for sure. Let's detach these cavalry brigades. Oh, we could try to just take the Coppertown Road right there with the Cown. Oh, we already spotted where the Union might be starting. We could try to roll up their right flank, maybe. They're anchored on Copperton. Let's take a second look at this. Oh, they're already in there in those woods. This might... I don't like being caught around this marshy area here. Think maybe hammer anvil type thing. Try to fortify here. And then slam them with Colquitt's Corps on their right. Or should I come from the left? Maybe I should come from the left instead. That's what I'm thinking. Stay out of the marsh. Or... no, we got the victory points over here. Let's entrench here. there's a victory objective right there. But though, if they were to try to take that objective, we could just pound them into oblivion. I think we actually leave one division here. Is there a victory objective? Yeah, all the way down there. And actually take... I'm going to detach Cox's division. We're going to move Colquitt and the rest of his corps over here. We'll fortify here on our left. How are these guns positioned? Can we find a better spot? I wonder if they try to come down the road. Maybe here. That might be a little bit better. So if they do try to attack straight through here, they'll get pounded. So we'll set up our attack here, and we'll see if they come straight to defend the Graves farm. Might actually want to detach Blanchard also. No, we don't need to do that. Shrimp taco. Nope, don't have a good recipe though. I'll eat it. Leads all the way over there. Okay. Let's get this started. See, Union doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. Pulling some of those guns back. Now you see a bunch of orders. See the entire Union army start moving. And we take some skirmishers, put them in the Graves farm. Get Posey to secure it. Archer. We can send Buckner across the river as soon as we see exactly what they're going to do. It looks like they're shifting their forces. Beauregard and Johnston proposed it at Fairfax meeting in October of '61. Well, that's where they were sending. Was Beauregard sent west already by October '61, or did they devise that plan and then send Beauregard over? Because that's intelligence sometime in the winter of '61 was Beauregard was headed towards the west. The Union thought there was like 5 regiments heading over that way. So that's why. So when Grant proposed taking Henry and Donelson, he thought he wasn't going to get the blessing from Halleck to do it. But then when the Union thought Beauregard was headed to reinforce Johnston, Halleck needed to act. Plus, Lincoln was on Halleck's ass to get moving. We're going to take some cover in the forest there, and then they can hide out, and maybe they can get in and around the position here. So now we might want to cross, maybe give it a little bit more time, but we can cross with McCown's division. Let's actually I want to move. Let's start moving Cox Corps or Cox Division forward. Union is staying out of that range of the guns. Bad food for you can be delicious. Tombs. Let's move up. I think I want to move up Wharton's guns. Well, I can't. He only in the sense that I can't roll up his left flank. But I gotta get Cox's division on the move quickly. Let's get Buckner. Let's get Buckner going. They have a brigade wavering there. They are bringing up their guns quickly. They are giving us a minor defeat already. Are they firing? Yeah, they're firing at these units here. So Pender's guns from across the river, and Hardman, though, not firing yet. We're moving the two brigades, Wilcox and Ruggles. We're going to skirt the edge of that swamp. Buford engaging. They're going to try to cross that swamp. No reinforcements. I'm 99% sure on that. Yeah. So they've completely readdressed their line. I want to try to get these guns. Probably some real heavy fighting now coming around the Graves farm. Archer taking on some artillery fire. Let's try to have him fall back a little bit. Let's see, how are these guns doing across the river? Pender's got the range. Hardman's got some range on them, but we might move Hardman over to the flank here to support, or move him across the river. Let's try to push bait and try to capture some of those guns before they get across. They're stuck. They're gonna be stuck in the swamp. So they're focusing their artillery fire on Archer. They have stopped. Oh, they're coming. Starting to move forward now. What's up, Vincent Edwards? Ah! Bait was broken. Really? Macintoshes. Thought we could have grabbed those guns floundering in the swamp, but that did not work. Let's fall back. I don't want Macintosh to get destroyed too. Alright, looks like Wharton's got a decent position. Archer needs to fix his line. So let's wheel Benning around. And Weisinger. Got some flanking fire from our skirmishers. Let's form up a battle line here. Well, actually, we got to be careful. Yeah, McIntyre, because so trying to grab those guns in the swamp, and they broke. Armstrong, too aggressive with him. Armstrong's falling back because they were able to unlimber their guns in the swamp and blow us apart. Alright, we're going to try to take those guns with our cavalry if we can. Yeah, Armstrong's broken too. So getting in from behind on the left has backfired a little bit as we were not able to catch those guns retreating. Gardner's getting flanked somehow. Get Coleman to secure that flank. Let's see what the casualties are looking like right now. We're up to 1,200 to their 700. We might try to do an attack column. We're going to try. This might not be good. Yep, they finally trained their guns on Villapug. We might get them out of there, though. 12 casualties, so... It's got the Union line falling back a little bit. He's stable. 26 casualties. We'll keep an eye on that. And he's starting to waver. Let's have him fall back. See if we can wheel Tombs around. They sent a lonely brigade here. Let's see if we can't break this one Union brigade that is attacking Cox's division. Let's try to get in here towards this tree line. Looks like Weisinger is suffering some artillery fire. Let's have him fall back. These guys are going to get wiped out, which will not be good. See if Toombs can't take those guns. Alright, we're ordering Toombs to try to take that battery. Let's try to support that attack. Are we doing any damage to Sturgis? Yeah, he's lost 600 men. So he should be breaking. But McIntosh is receiving artillery fire. We should be able to get Herbert to attack those guns. Then we have Johnson. We'll move him forward. Let's move Coleman over here. We'll get Grigsby to see if he can't get in the center here. I'm wondering if there's any infantry in these woods, though. Yeah, there's infantry right there. See, Wharton is firing. What about Buford's guns? He's idle. We need to reposition those guns. They're both firing from across the river. All right, let's see what Toombs is able to accomplish here. Got the rebel yell. But the infantry form up to hit Toombs on the flank. Why don't we get Benning's brigade to assault the flank there. Let's readjust tombs. They can't take some of those guns. Benning, what's Benning's doing? So Bennings turns around. I guess that readjusts his flank. Let's bring back Weisinger to reinforce. Got Posey at the farm, keeping up pressure on the Union line there. So we've managed to match their casualties and surpass them. For some reason, the artillery seemed to be in a stronger position in that swamp. Let's see if we can't take them. They're not supported by infantry. See if Herbert can take them. Looks like we're breaking Sturgis. Tombs is stable. Yeah, Herbert is broken, but he can't take those guns in the swamp. Yeah, it'd be nice to take that objective if I can take these guns. Let's see if we can... oh, Hill's already down to 600 men. Let's see if McIntosh can finish off Sturgis. Porter's moving forward towards Posey. And Grigsby's has found himself in the middle of the Union line. It looks like they're falling back, although I want to get Grigsby out of that area, although he's starting to get beat up a little bit. Sturgis is broken. Let's reform a battle line in McIntosh. See if we can't damage these guns. I don't want Johnson to halt there. I don't want him to go straight at the guns, although they're not firing at him yet. So many... Oh, Benning is wounded. Toombs did a nice job, though, taking that flank. Benning, what are you doing turning your back? They're able to still hold their line right here. Although Hayes, yeah, we broke Porter. But heavy casualties on both sides. Johnson broke, though. Those guns in the swamp are impenetrable. I've assaulted them twice. Coleman's getting it from the flank now. We'll try to hit him again. Toombs is probably not going to last much longer. Polk is demoralized. We got a fresh brigade in Stafford here. Let's move them forward. Held Toombs in the line too long. I didn't realize he was suffering that many casualties. Weisinger is wounded. Let's try to move Posey on the flank there and get some flanking fire. Can you open your formation? No. I mean, you can deploy skirmishers, but they don't really do much against artillery. Casualties even at about 7,000 apiece. Milroy trying to confront Ruggles there. We've got them hemmed in on all three sides over here. This attack by Cox's division didn't really go as planned, as these artillery pieces in the swamp really defended well. Let's readjust. Gardner's kind of in a weird spot. Ruggles is holding the line. Let's see if we get... Wilcox is nervous, though. As we don't have many more reserves now. Looks like the Union's trying to fall back over here. But over here, Pender and Hardman, yeah. Enemy is retreating, though. We forced a retreat. As we've pulled ahead a little bit on the casualty side. Try to push forward. We do have the major, although it's still too many casualties. We're going to be careful not to hit 20% casualties ourselves. So let's just watch the retreating Federals. Interesting about the guns in the swamp. Unless I was just too aggressive trying to attack them straight on. But it seems like the... I don't know if the swamp in a defensive posture just is too advantageous. All right, well, we'll take it. Major victory. They only had 26,000 men. We will take it. Due to his bad performance, Colonel Bate has fallen to disgrace in the eyes of the men and another disgraced general. I think it was Bate that made the first charge against the guns. Correct me if I'm wrong. But glorious victory at Benton Ferry. So let's take a look at the strategic situation. That brings them national morale down to 29. Although we are going to leave it here. And we will do another live stream sometime later this week. So I will schedule it either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. One of those 3 days. We'll get another live stream done. And hopefully we will end this campaign. Again, thanks everyone for joining the stream. Those battles were a little bit tougher than I anticipated. Although we still score the major victory on those, the casualties are the things that I need to work on and take a look at some strategies and tactics to improve those casualties. The tactics of trying to take those guns before are working not so good. So we'll take a look at that. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for joining.